Hi everyone, I'm Leo. For this video, I'd like to show you how to make Japanese traditional New Year mochi soup dish called Ozoni. On New Year in Japan, they celebrate spending a wonderful year without any big trouble and pray for their happiness and health in the upcoming year by eating special foods with their family. This is a special bento box called osechi and the mochi soup called Ozoni. You see, they are so beautiful, don't you? In addition to the beauty of the meal itself, each ingredient has a special meaning to celebrate the new year. If you learn the meanings, you can make your own traditional washoku for New Year more specially. But today, we don't have time to cover them all. So instead, today, we're gonna learn how to make a mochi soup called Ozoni. This clear dashi-based mochi soup with seasonal vegetables is very delicious and beautiful. As you see now, many of the vegetables used for the Ozoni are designed beautifully. Let me share the figure and meaning that each ingredient represents. For example, Kamaboko, boiled fish paste, is most commonly presented as a combination of the colors red and white. The color red is believed to prevent evil spirits, while the white represents purity. The shape of Kamaboko, resembling that of the sun at daybreak, represents the first sunrise of the new year. Later, I will show you how to put a pattern of ray of sunlight on the Kamaboko in this video. This is how to cut plum flower shaped carrot slices. The plum blossom pattern represents the season as well as the image of the plum flower. Plum blossoms are the first flowers to bloom in the chilly early spring, and the appearance of the plum blossoms that endure the cold and bloom with a fragrant scent symbolizes innocence and moderation. So it is auspicious to use the design. In addition, the blooming of congratulatory red and white flowers and the fact that they always bear fruit after they bloom are also linked to good luck. Today, the recipe to make the dashi-based soup is very easy and you can find a detailed recipe on my YouTube channel. So today, I'd like to focus on how to design each ingredient and vegetable beautifully. There are a couple of tips to follow to make them. I will show you them later in this video. Okay, so let's get the cooking started. Here is the ingredients for today's recipe. Okay, please prepare these ingredients. 3.5 cups of dashi, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sake, 1 carrot, 1 daikon radish, 4 dried shiitake mushroom, 1 yuzu citrus, 4 mitsuba or komatsuna or spinach. Okay, so first, make a plum-shaped carrot. Slice a carrot into 1/4 inches. Then, cut the edge to make a pentagonal shape. Put the slice cut on the middle of each side. The next is the most difficult part in this process. Cut the sharp edges and the part around the cut added earlier. To make the finished shape beautiful, be careful not to cut too much. After you cut all of the one side, flip it over and do the same thing on the other side. Half of this process is done. You see, it already looks like a cute petal of a plum flower. Cut each V-shaped edge to the center of the petal. Then, cut the surface of each petal diagonally. Now you have created a plum petal. I think it is very difficult for some of us to make a petal shape outline. If you have a cookie cutter, you can skip the first process by using it. I will show you how to make the plum shaped daikon with a cookie cutter, just as we did with the carrot. Slice daikon into 1/4 inches. Then, cut the slice with the cutter. Cut each V-shaped edge to the center of the petal. Then, cut the surface of each petal diagonally. This way is much easier, isn't it? Please try making it for a special meal with your family. They will definitely be impressed. By the way, so that you don't waste the rest of the vegetables cut down earlier, you can use them for other dishes. I usually use them for fried rice or soup. So please enjoy making them after you make ozoni. Okay, second, make Hinode Kamaboko. It looks difficult, but it's actually quite easy and doesn't take time. Get a kamaboko at Japanese or Asian markets near you. Set a knife on the other side of the wooden plate and cut 1/3 of the kamaboko. Then cut the kamaboko diagonally one side and then the other side like zigzag, pushing the knife down to the bottom. Then the finished pattern becomes like rays of sunlight. I feel hopeful after seeing it. Okay, third, musubi mitsuba. Mitsuba is usually used for ozoni, but I know it is hard to find mitsuba out of Japan, so you can substitute spinach or komatsuna leaves for it. First, boil it for around 30 seconds. Be careful to not overcook it. Then, put it in cold water to stop cooking further. Dry it with a paper towel. And then make a knot and cut the extra part off. It looks cute, doesn't it? So fourth is dried mushroom. Dried mushroom has a unique texture and full of umami. Today, please learn how to use it for when you cook ozoni. First, put dried mushrooms in water. They float up to the surface, but you don't need to worry about uneven remoistening. The whole mushroom will absorb water in a half day. After the mushrooms become moist and tender, take them out of water and cut them into slices. If you cut it into thick slices, you can enjoy the nice texture. Another way to cut mushrooms, especially small ones, is like this. Put a half cut on the surface diagonally and do the same thing from the other side. Then you will make a cross pattern on the top. If any chemicals like pesticides or fertilizers are not used for the mushroom, I recommend that you use soaked water for other dishes like soup. It is full of umami and makes your dish tastier. Okay, so finally make dashi based soup. Put a piece of kelp in some water and let it sit for some time. Heat it up to boil, but before boiling, take the kelp out of the water. Add the bonito flakes in it and simmer for 30 seconds. Then strain the dashi broth. It is very simple, but in order to make a tasty traditional dashi broth from bonito flakes and kombu kelp, there is a certain technique. If you are interested in it, please visit my YouTube channel and you will see the recipe and more interesting recipes. While the dashi is cooking, let's proceed to the next part. Heat some pieces of mochi up to make it soft and sticky again. You can do that by boiling, frying, or toasting. Today, I put it in the frying pan. Just put the mochi on the pan on low heat. It will take more than 10 minutes to let it soft in the middle. If you have an oven toaster, it might be easier, but if it is heated up too much, it is burned and stuck in the mesh, so make sure to keep watching it. Now we prepare yuzu citrus. Peel some skin off the yuzu. If too much white part was removed along with yuzu skin, trim with the knife. That's just because the white part is bitter and better not to eat. And make the peeled skin into a rectangle and cut it like this. It looks like a pine needle, and pine trees are regarded as sacred in Japan, so it is good for the New Year dish. There is another way to cut yuzu skin like this. Then, put the dashi broth in a pot and heat it up on medium heat. And add measured sake. Put the carrot and daikon radish in it and simmer until they get soft in the middle. I think it takes around 5 minutes. Then, add the kamaboko and the mushroom, and let it simmer again for a couple of minutes. Lastly, add the measured soy sauce. That's it. It's very simple, but please keep it in mind that you should put soy sauce at the end of this cooking process so that the vegetables can keep their original color. Put the heated mochi in a bowl and put the vegetables onto it. pour the dashi soup and put mitsuba leaves and use the citrus. Okay, it's done! Look at that! It looks very tasty and also beautiful. It might take more time than making the same soup with vegetables cut in normal way. Just on special occasions, if you can do as you learned today, your family and friends will feel something from your ozoni. I hope this recipe helps to nourish your life. Please try making this at home. Okay, so let me summarize the knowledges about washoku from today so that you can remember them. First, bring beauty of nature in your dish. Second, make use of umami in dashi soup. Third, use natural and healthy ingredients as much as possible. Fourth, enjoy your cooking, imagining the smile of your family and friends. Today, I used just vegetables as the main ingredients of ozoni, but if you have your favorite meat or fish, it sounds good too. Thank you so much for watching.